G'day guys, welcome to another layout. This one is leading on from the conversation I had yesterday. This is using up some of my supplies that I've had for ages. To be completely honest, when I use my older supplies, if I know where they come from, I will definitely let you know. However, I do not have a clue where these came from. These papers actually have a little bit of a sheen to them. I want to say that they are HEIDI SWAPP something, but I don't know that for sure. So if you happen to know what this collection is, please let me know. The reason I'm thinking it's HEIDI SWAPP is because the writing that is on one of the pieces, one of the green pieces, looks like HEIDI SWAPP writing. So if you're new to scrapbooking, you may not know who HEIDI SWAPP is. She is an amazing mum, and I think she's in the US somewhere. I don't know her personally, but she creates some beautiful papers, and she does a lot of she's actually quite like me. She loves words, and she does a lot of her own handwriting, and I think she still does this. They actually cut them out in wood. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know for certain. Drop it in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure that's what she was doing there for a while. So the last HEIDI SWAPP papers that I bought were, let me think, Sun Chaser? I think they were called Sun Chaser. I think that's what it was called. But this one here, it just screams HEIDI SWAPP. So I'm not sure, but they were, before I started doing YouTube, I actually have been doing scrapbooking for like 20 years on and off, as we all have with kids and all that sort of thing. And I never used to keep all my collections together. I used to just put them all into, color batches and stuff like that. And then I found that when I got to YouTube, obviously I want to use my older supplies as well. The reason why I have sort of steered clear of using them is because I don't know where they're all from. I can try and remember, I can have a stab in the dark, but I don't really know 100%. Like this vellum piece here, I used it the other day and it was still just sitting on my desk. So I thought that actually might work in nicely here to bring in that metallic element. But the pinks, the blushes, they're so beautiful. And I've had this collection. I remember I bought this. I'm sure I bought this from Spotlight, and it was a really cheap. I remember I bought 2 packs of, I think it was the Sun Chaser one or something like that, and they were like $3. $3 for a 12 by 12 collection. Like, it was crazy. And I believe I did the same thing with this. I don't normally go to my Spotlight very much anymore because, to be honest, 99% of the time I can get my supplies delivered for free from elsewhere, and I like to support small business where possible. Even though I have backed right off buying stuff recently, like in the last half of last year, because I want to try and make sure that I'm using all my products. When I say that, the reason I say that is because mixed media does not last forever. Pastes will go hard, things will dry out, things will get thicker. I know it sounds a little odd, but I actually had a paste and it just went really thick. And yeah, it just was horrible and yucky. And I actually sat and I worked it with some water, and I managed to get one more layout out of it, but I knew it was dead from that point forward. But, you don't want to waste your supplies. You don't want to waste your money on supplies that you can't go ahead and continue to use. But anyway, I am waffling. So what am I doing? This one here it's just, look, This is a quick power scrap, guys. I'll be honest with you. There's been a couple this week that I wanted to just get the subject matter. I wanted to use these photos up, get them done, move them on, and print some fresh ones for next week. That's what I wanted to do. So, and I like to, I think I said this earlier on in the week, sometimes I get like circles on the brain and I either want to punch circles, die cut circles, draw circles, paint circles, whatever. And then other times I get in the mood where I have to go, I like strips. I like angles and different sort of, just different ways of, you know, like I'm doing here. Just the patterns are going different directions. They all match together, but when you add like just that black strip, it just elevates it to another level. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. It's just that crisp, clean look that I really like. And sometimes I go down a path, and when I pulled these papers out, I'm like, I don't really want one of these for like one particular sheet to be a background, but I wouldn't mind lots of them in a strip. You might have the same. You might find yourself with a 6x6 paper pad and think to yourself, how am I going to use this on a 12x12 layout? How am I going to layer this up? Do something like this? It helps you get lots of pattern and color down. You can use coordinating colors like this that just go together seamlessly, or you can mix and match them. You know, it might be a preschool layout where your child's in kindy or something like that, and you might want to do ABC 1, 2, 3 blocks or something like that with your primary colors. Just your straight up red, green. There you go. See, I really know my primary colors, don't I? Red, blue, and yellow. You know, and just to pull it all together. You know, you might want something like that. You might want to just go down these blush tones, something like this. This is also something that I want you to take from my videos in 2024. For the first 6 months of 2024, I'm actually going to be using some of my collection that I've been collecting for the last however many years. Okay, I have been scrapbooking for a good 20 odd years, and I absolutely love just getting in and just playing with what I've got. And if you have not touched that supply, and this is where I want you to give yourself permission, if you go to your papers and you pull out 3 or 4 sheets and you go, oh my God, I remember I bought that back when Jackie was only 6 years old. Well, Jackie's just graduated high school and you've still got the paper. Give yourself permission to waste it. Yep, you heard me. Give yourself permission to waste it. And as soon as you give yourself permission to do that, you will cut it, you will chop it, you will shred it, you will use your edge distressor on it, you'll cut it in different shapes, you'll do all sorts of crazy things with it, and before you know it, you'll come up with something that looks really cool. And isn't it better to have one layout where you've chopped, circled, drawn, painted, used a bit of mixed media, scrunched it up to get texture, sewn some lines across it, maybe done some hand embroidery, maybe done something like that onto it. You've got those bits of paper that you bought when little Jackie was only 6 years old. You've now got them on a layout. They're no longer gathering dust in your cupboard. You've managed to get a layout done and completed, and it hasn't cost you a cent because it's been in your cupboard and you spent that money a good 10 years ago. I know, because I've got the same cupboard. I have got creative memories sitting there staring me in the face. I've got lots of stuff just like you. We all do it. And we all go, I'm a shocker for buying 2 of everything. Okay, I've got this annoying habit. I have to buy, if I love something, especially Pink Fresh Studio, their papers, I just love them. But I always have to buy 2 in case I stuff one up. I do it all the time, and I'm going to try and be better at doing that this year. I'm better off getting 1 of each paper, planning out my layout, and accessorizing with that paper, and maybe stretch that one piece across 2 layouts or something along those lines. That's where my brain's going for 2024, between January and June. That's what I'm trying to think of doing for you guys. I want to help you stretch your existing stock that you've got sitting there. And hey, if you're a newbie to scrapping and you haven't got a big collection, lucky you. You can get to go and buy yourself some new stuff. I will also head you in the direction of any sales that I see pop up here, there, and everywhere. Not to mention, you know, I'll keep you in the loop for when we have National Scrapbooking Day, and what's going on with that. And I'm just going to try and be a little bit more on the ball this year. So I am just about to finish this one. I've added some diamantes on there. I've glued them on. Just a little bit of pen work, and boom, bada bing, done. Look at that. It's so simple. And those papers have been sitting in, collecting dust for a couple of years. And look how pretty the layout is. Now it's out there. It's on a layout and it's used up. So don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, all that sort of fun stuff. I've got Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below in case you want to help support the channel. Not to mention Facebook and Instagram if you would like to show me what you're doing as well. That would be amazing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll chat to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.